Can I tell you something that took me years to figure out? Something that completely changed the way I work and the way I trust my mediumship. Because if you've ever sat down to a reading and thought, is this just spirit or is this me making shit up? Stay right here. I'm about to share the thing nobody tells you when you're just starting out or even when you've been practicing for years. And honestly, it's the thing that separates a medium who second guesses everything they're getting from one who works with total confidence. It's called attunement. And today, I'm letting it all hang out. You're welcome. Here's what most people think being a great medium means. Never having your mind make shit up. Like somehow if you're spiritually advanced enough, every single thing that comes through is pure spirit. No interference, no static, no doubt, just you acting like the Buddha. Yeah, no, that's ideal, but it's not how it always works. So the sooner we let that 100% all the time perfection fantasy go, the better. Today, let's unpack this secret, attunement, plus 2 ways to quiet your mind and 2 ways to attune so you know with real confidence what's yours and what's spirit. So being a great medium is not about never having your mind make stuff up. It's about knowing the difference when it does. That's it. That's the whole secret. I'll wait while you write that down. Because your mind will wander. Your imagination will offer things. That's not a flaw. That's just being human. The skill isn't eliminating the noise. The skill is learning the language of spirit well enough to know when something is coming through versus when it's coming from you. That's what attunement is. Attunement to the language of spirit. Learning finally, confidently, what's me and what's spirit. And here's how I know when I've got it. When I'm getting something from spirit, I know it. So when a sitter says no, I don't crumble. I stay curious because there are countless reasons a no happens. My interpretation might be slightly off. The sitter might not remember or isn't aware of it yet, or it simply hasn't happened yet. About 50% of the time, I get a delayed yes. The sitter comes back and says, oh wait, actually yes, I do know what that's about. That kind of confidence doesn't come from never wondering whether what's in my thoughts are impressions or me making shit up. It comes from being attuned. Big difference. Let's talk about 2 ways to quiet your mind. Attuning to spirit is always easier when you're creating the conditions for it. And that means learning to quiet the mental chatter. Not perfectly, but as best you can. Now, your brain is going to have opinions about this. It's very attached to mental chatter, but we're going to work with it anyway. There are 2 practices I always come back to. The first is meditation. I know, you've heard it before. Meditate more, very helpful, thank you. But here's what I actually mean. I'm not talking about achieving some perfect, blissful state of mind. I'm not asking you to become a monk, and there's mediums who don't even enjoy meditation. But meditation is about going inward, quieting, recharging, going within. And it's about training yourself to notice when your mind wanders and gently, consistently coming back. That practice of noticing and returning, that's the exact same skill you use in a reading to notice when you've wandered away from spirit and then come back to the connection. Meditation is a powerful training ground for mediumship. So yes, I'm telling you to meditate. But now you know one of the most important reasons why, and it might not be what you thought, which makes it slightly more fun to do. The second is sitting in the power. Sitting in the power is not the same thing as meditation. While meditation is about going inward, sitting in the power is the opposite. You're going outward. You're expanding your energy, blending with the energy of the spirit world, and building what we call the power. That subtle spiritual energy that makes mediumship possible. Without that mediumistic shift, you might still get impressions, but you'd be reading intuitively or psychically, not connecting with spirit. There's a difference. Here's what sitting in the power feels like for me. I imagine my energy expanding far outside my body. I might imagine it as light expanding or a growing energetic feeling. even an emotional feeling of expanding unconditional love. There's no right or wrong way to sense it. Then I begin to blend my expanding energy, my consciousness, my awareness with the energy of the spirit world. Sometimes my body feels lighter. Sometimes I'm barely aware of my physical body at all. Now, will your experience look exactly like mine? Probably not. Some people feel cobwebs on their face. Some feel heat or cold. Weird? Yeah. Normal for this work? Absolutely. And if you don't feel much at all or anything at first, don't panic. The more time you spend with it, the more familiar it becomes. And the more familiar it becomes, the more you'll recognize it in a reading. And that is the whole point. You will attune over time. In other words, you will learn the difference between what's yours and what's spirit. 2 ways to attune. Okay, the mind is quieter. Now this is how you can practice attuning and learn to tell in real time what's you and what's spirit. The first is resonance and dissonance. When an impression comes from spirit, it tends to land differently than something your imagination generates. First, it's a quick and often subtle flash of information that comes through thought. You might see it, hear it, feel it, know it, even taste it or smell it in your mind as you would a daydream. It doesn't feel of you, and it's not simply the next logical thought. Second, it often comes with a quality of resonance, a landing in the body feeling, sometimes a little aliveness or an energy behind it. Like, oh, there it is. And when something is coming from your own mind, you might feel less certain about it coming from spirit, maybe a little wobbly. Maybe you suspect your mind is reasoning according to your own frame of reference, rather than just following the story that spirit is whispering to you. It may also feel like grasping or have a slightly effortful quality, like you're constructing something rather than receiving it. There is often an ever so subtle feeling of dissonance, and it feels different. This can take time. There's no shortcut I can sell you. You start to feel the difference. It's subtle at first. Then, as you attune to the language of spirit, it becomes more obvious and recognizable to you. Start noticing after each impression in a practice reading. Just ask yourself, did that feel like it just arrived, and does it resonate? Or does it feel like I grasped for it? And does it feel a little dissonant? You don't need to get it right every time. You just need to start paying attention. The second way to practice attunement is double checking your work. This is one of my favorite tools, and it's so simple. When an impression comes through and you're unsure whether it's from you or from spirit, before you say it out loud to your sitter, ask for it again. Internally, just say, if this is from spirit, can you please give me that impression again? And then notice what happens. If it comes back stronger, clearer, maybe in a slightly different form, but with the same energy, that's spirit confirming. Go with it. Trust it. If it fades or you find yourself mentally reaching for it, grasping, basically chasing it around your own brain, trying to reconstruct it, that's information too. Let it go and see if it returns again in the reading. This single practice has saved me from so many unnecessary doubts and probably a few embarrassing moments that I'll never tell you about. It's not about being skeptical of spirit. It's about being honest with yourself. And spirit, in my experience, is very willing to confirm if you ask. So the next time you're in a reading and something comes through and that little voice says, wait, did I just make that up? Don't panic. Pause. Check for resonance. Ask for it again. That moment of discernment is the work. That's you attuning. That's you learning the language of spirit one impression at a time. The goal was never perfection. The goal is trust. Earned trust, built through practice, built through sitting in the power, built through meditation, built through the small daily act of paying attention. And if you've been thinking, I want to develop this properly, I have a free guide for you. It's called 3 Easy Exercises to Strengthen Your Clairs and Speak to Spirit, and the link is right below in this video description. You're already closer than you think. And if you want to go deeper, I have more videos right here that will keep building on this and help you recognize what spirit communication actually feels like in your body and in your mind. Because once you start sensing it, you genuinely cannot stop.